Hello and welcome back. Today we've got another £500 worth of £2 coins we're hunting through, and we've got a Voltex bag, which when I first started making coin hunting videos, all my coins came in these Voltex bags, so it's a little bit of a blast from the past. It's always just random chance as to what the bank has, whether they're sealed bags, bags, in the normal bags we're used to seeing, all these exciting little Voltex bags. Well, obviously probably won't have an impact on what we find, but what we want are any of the 4 Commonwealth Games £2 coins. We've not had any of those so far. Beijing Handovers, the last Olympic we need. We need a few more here. Underground Roundel, Navy Centenary, the Flag Era. 2016 Britannia I think is probably the most likely, more common of the ones we've still got left to find. But let's get into this bag and see what we find today. Okay then, into bag number 1, and yes, I did have to flip it around because I wasn't going to cut it open from the bottom. I don't want to bring any potential bad luck. So, this is Technologies, the definitive design, the standard non-commemorative design used on £2 coins up until 2015. There are some lower mid years, just not exciting enough that I would keep any of them. Our first commemorative is an Act of Union. Now we'll check for a rotation error, which on this coin we unfortunately do not have. I will check for all the errors at the end of the video, looking for any exciting errors on all of the definitives and commemoratives before we wrap up, but the ones we know that exist I will check during the video. Right, Gunpowder Plot, Guy Fawkes, again very, very common coin. Don't get fooled by per member. Per member is not a thing. It is a thing, but it doesn't add any value, so not even worth checking for. But no, we've had, oh, there's the Trinity House, very nice, but again, fairly common coin. We've had a few things released recently. We've had the Queen's Panther, which is the latest of the Royal Tudor Beast series. I can't recall whether we're coming towards the end of that. I think it's a 10 coin set with maybe an 11th completer. Oh, there's a Britannia. Anyone see the date on that? If it's 2016, that's a new one for the book. Oh, 2015, how weird. The 2015 has a lower mintage figure than 2016, so this is a welcome find for sure. But bizarre to have found a few of those before our first 2016. Very odd. So yes, the Queen's Panther, I'm a little bit... so I get that all the different designs in the Royal Tudor Beasts are the different creatures on the moat bridge at Hampton Court Palace. They're the 10 Tudor Beasts. But if you cast your mind back, the first one I believe was the Seymour Panther. And the Queen's Panther seems to be Queen Jane Seymour and her Panther, so quite why there's 2 of them I'm not entirely sure on. And the design, it's got a different, the Panther is wearing a different shield, or holding a different shield, bearing a different shield, but it does look a bit like they've just flipped the image of the Panther. We've got the abolition of the slave trade there. It's a little bit grubby on the rim, it's not really picking up on the video, you can see there, but it doesn't really matter because it's only worth £2 anyway, and it's not the exciting non-circulating version of that coin, which would be a cool find for sure. So yeah, I'm a little bit aggrieved at that, especially I think because it was the follow-up to the Queen's Beast series, a series of coins which was really, really nice and exciting. Nice designs, exciting releases. The Tudor Beast seems to be a bit of a boring younger sibling by comparison, but I bought them, so I'll of course have to finish the set, but I will be a little bit more discerning the next time they release a series, because one would imagine that they will release at the end of the Tudor Beast another multi-year long running series, unless they decide to follow the release schedule of the Bond coins and release them all within 12 months, which is a bit crazy. Right, we have got Jodie Clark's 5th and final portrait of the Queen. On this one it's going to be something. It is Shakespeare's Histories, the more common of the 3 Shakespeares. Check the edge inscription, the hollow crown, which is correct. Sadly not an edge inscription error. We've only found one edge inscription error, I think. It was on a Shakespeare's Tragedies. Was it one of them or 2 of them I found? I think it is just the one of them. But again, would make for an exciting find. We've got the VE Day anniversary there, another very common coin. One of the most common commemorative £2 coins out in circulation. I'll pop that to the side as well. But no, again, we are going to be running towards the end of another month very soon. And with still quite a few releases on the cards. I'm again getting nervous that this period of not a lot of releases, which is much appreciated by my wallet, might be coming to an end. There's another Trinity House there. And yeah, oh, there's the abolition of the slave trade. Once again, a bit nicer condition than the first one we found, but as we said, with a coin that's only worth face value, the condition isn't hugely important. Because the filthiest, grubbiest one, you might as well just pay into the bank. Ooh, 2016. Jodie Clark's fifth and final portrait of the Queen. I think this should be a Britannia, right? Oh, it is. There we go. New one for the book. Very nice. Nice condition, that one as well. So there we go. We found both of the circulating years that we tend to find. Of course, there are a couple of years, so 2021 and 2022, there were Britannia £2 coins struck for circulation, but they just seem to not have had demand and therefore not been put into circulation yet. Trinity House there. I know lots of people seem to think, oh, another Trinity House. Lots of those today. A lot of people seem to think, well, if they've sat in the Royal Mint long store for this long, they've still got Queen Elizabeth II's portraits on it, so are they not just going to melt them down and replace them with King Charles's portrait and obviously the different reverse? And it certainly is not the case as far as the Royal Mint are concerned. They are going to be put in circulation at some point, but at some point it will get to be, this is a little bit silly that we are now releasing Queen Elizabeth II new coinage years and years after her death. But there we go. Right, this is Florence Nightingale. This one's a bit dark and grubby, but I do like that design. It's a very pretty design on the Florence Nightingale. And another Trinity House, my goodness. Can't believe we found another one. So no, we will continue on waiting for those Britannias to hit circulation. I imagine when they hit circulation initially, the prices for them will go a bit bonkers, because they always do when there's a new thing in circulation. Another Britannia? Of course, of course. It's like buses. We've waited so long to find one, and now we found two in one hunt, the 2016 Britannias. Oh well. I did flip them over because the one we found first is in nicer condition. It doesn't normally have too much of an impact on my books. Lots of people ask, do I take out grubby coins and replace them with nicer condition ones? There's a VE Day anniversary again. And the general rule of thumb is no, because otherwise I would be constantly looking at the coin, checking reverse. If I might find one example that's got an absolutely pristine reverse, but there's issues with the obverse and vice versa, and then, well, if it's incrementally ever so slightly nicer condition, do I then take that one out and replace it? It's just all a bit of a faff, so I generally speaking don't replace them unless they're really, really grubby. We've got another Jodie Clark Queen Elizabeth II portrait. It's another Shakespeare's Histories. This one reads as the Hollow Crown, as it should do. So again, no exciting edge inscriptions yet, but we've got all of these coins still to whiz through and have a double check. I always think it is worth checking with these, because every now and again a new error pops up that hasn't been discovered, even on coins that have been in circulation for many, many, many years. And again, to be that person to find the first of a new error coin would be very exciting. We're talking like an exciting error, not like there's a tiny little bit of cud on this part of the coin. A slight die crack has caused a little blob of metal to appear somewhere it shouldn't. And that's not that wouldn't be all too exciting. But to be for the first to find like a new edge inscription error, another active union there, no rotation error. But no, although it'd be lovely, it's unlikely, but it's absolutely guaranteed not to happen if we don't check them. And there's plenty of other things that we do find, like the double die errors or rotation errors, that I think it is worth doing. There's the steam locomotive. It's a little bit discoloured, but again, it's fine because it's a very common coin. We've done an edge hunt. Oh my goodness, if I don't do that I'll get in trouble. Okay, we can do edge hunts on £2 coins because they have an edge inscription unique to the design. If it says standing on the shoulders of giants, we know that'll be a definitive technologies coin. But I think these are all just technologies, so we will just flick through and double check. Yep. We weren't wrong there. Right, penultimate bag, come on. Let's get something on the edge inscription. Oops. Chucking them around. Oh, there we go. This is 1999. The 1's not as clear as the 9, so it looks like it's 999, but that'll be the Rugby World Cup. Which of course we'll check for the rotation error. Not on that one, sadly. And there is something... looks like a bit of blue tack. Okay, we've got giants, shoulders standing. 150 will be Florence Nightingale, 150 years of nursing. Very nice. I think we had a couple more, which I think are all just fine. It's fine, just looks like it might be a bit of damage. It looked like it might have been a partial collar error, but unfortunately not the case. Well, we've made it all the way through to the last bag of the hunt, so we'll go through that now. As usual, you'll find links in the description of this video. Ooh, across to my coin collecting Discord server if you'd like to join me on that. We've got Shakespeare's comedies, All the World's a Stage, and then another Florence Nightingale. Lots of duplicates today. There are also links in the description to my other social media channels, the PO Box address if you want to write into me, and of course a link to the Britannia Coin Company's YouTube channel, the company I work for as my day job, so please check them out. VE Day anniversary again, and a whole lot of nothing else. Oh well, right. Having pulled out all of the commemoratives, I'm just going to whiz through the commemoratives and definitives to see if there are any errors that I might have missed throughout the hunt. Okay then, unfortunately no exciting errors to be added to our roster of finds, but one new coin for the book, the 2016 Britannia now sits proudly there. So London Underground Roundel may be the next easiest one to get. But any 4 of those Commonwealth games would make for fantastic finds. In terms of our star finds then, it's got to be the 2016 or the 2015 Britannia, or one of the Shakespeare's maybe. For me, at least, it's got to be that 2016 Britannia, purely because it was a new one for the book. We've ticked off another coin, one step closer to completing this book. Let me know in the comments what you'd pick as the star find, and all it leaves me to do is thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. I'll see you next time for more coins. Bye.